Hi, my name is Beth and I work in the Marketing and Communications team here at Bournemouth University, and today I want to talk to you about clearing. So first of all, I want to talk a little bit about what clearing is. Clearing is an opportunity for universities to fill places on courses that still have spaces. For example, here at Bournemouth University, we still have some spaces on some courses left for September 2020 entry that you could apply for through clearing. So who is clearing for? You may want to consider clearing if you meet any of the following options. So you may have already made an application through UCAS to your chosen universities, but you haven't met the requirements of your conditional offers from your firm and your insurance choices. You may be in the position where you've actually exceeded the grades you expected, and now you're wondering whether there are other courses that you might now be eligible for with your higher grades. You'll need to use a service called adjustment to explore these options. Thirdly, you may have just changed your mind about your firm choice, even if you met the conditions of that offer, and you're thinking about where else you might want to explore. You want to think carefully about whether you want to reject your current offer with a university to explore your clearing options. I'll talk about this in a bit more detail later on in the presentation. Finally, it may be the case that you haven't started an application through UCAS just yet, but you still want to look at starting university in September through clearing. It may be the case that you can apply to a university directly to do this rather than opening a UCAS application. For example, here at BU, you can get in touch with our Future Students team to discuss your options. There are some courses, such as healthcare courses, that may require a UCAS application, but please give us a call to chat through whether this might be an option. So if you're thinking that clearing might be something you want to explore, I'll explain in a bit more detail how it works, if it's the right route for you. So whether you already have a UCAS application open or not, the first thing you should do is head to the UCAS website to explore all the clearing places. This is where all the clearing places will be kind of advertised, and you can browse through and see what's available. If you already have an application with UCAS and you're eligible for clearing, you'll know this because you have no offers or because you didn't meet the conditions of your firm and insurance choices, and an Add Clearing Choice button will automatically appear in your UCAS track. If you're choosing to go through clearing but this button has not automatically appeared because you hold some offers, don't worry, you can release yourself from your offers, which I'll explain in a bit more detail later on, or you can apply to the university directly, like I said, if you don't yet have a UCAS application. So the second thing to do once you kind of open the UCAS website and you're comfortable with track and things like that is to make a list of all your qualifications to help you with the shortlisting process. And if you have it available, your UCAS application number and clearing numbers would be really useful to note down before you start contacting universities, as they may ask for them. Number 3, as you explore UCAS, start making a short list of the institutions and courses that appeal to you. It will be easier to then call those universities once you're at the point of making those calls to start applications. It may be easier to use something called Clearing Plus to navigate this shortlisting process, and I'll come on to that in the next slide. Finally, the time will come to start applying for clearing spaces. So if, for example, you're applying for Bournemouth University, you could do that by calling us or applying online. Make sure you have all the details, like I just said, to hand, and have a few key points ready as to why you want to study the course that you've chosen and why you'd be a good fit. Clearing is about finding the right course for you, and the university will want to discuss this with you to make sure you're happy with your choice and that you are right for the course. So as I mentioned, Clearing Plus is a new service for 2020 which is provided by UCAS, and it can be used as a tool to make navigating your shortlist and choosing clearing places easier. So as I've mentioned, if you've not confirmed a place with any provider, your UCAS track will automatically update with buttons related to clearing. So this year a new button will be available from the 6th of July when clearing opens, called View Matches. If you click this button, you'll be shown a list of suitable providers and courses, and the way that this is matched is based on your application and your courses of interest within your previous application. So once you've found a course from this list that you're interested in, you can click the I'm interested button. Your application will then be sent to the provider that you're interested in, and they will contact you to discuss your next steps and options. This service is only available, like I've said, to applicants who have not confirmed an offer in UCAS track. So if you have an offer but you've changed your mind, you can sign into your track account and click the Decline My Place button on your profile page. You will then be directed to a page explaining the details, and an email will be sent to you to confirm this action, but you should think really carefully before releasing yourself into clearing by declining your place. Your existing university is unlikely to hold that place for you if you change your mind and want to go back, and also changing university at this stage means that you'll have to reapply for accommodation and update your student finance and things like that. So it is really worth considering carefully before you do this. Just a note on entry requirements. Don't be scared off by entry requirements as listed in prospectuses and on university websites when you're applying through clearing. Universities can be a bit more flexible than usual with their entry requirements during clearing. So make sure you're prepared, like I said, to talk about your application as a whole, why you're interested in the course and why you're right for the course, not just your qualifications. The person on the end of the phone wants to know that the course is right for you and that you're going to thrive on that course, and that's not just about your qualifications. Note that you can also approach universities that you applied for originally through UCAT, so you can be reconsidered through clearing whilst these entry requirements are a bit more flexible, so do bear that in mind. So what's next? So if you get to the point where you've received some clearing offers over the phone from providers you're interested in, and you're at the point of making a decision, you'll need to update that decision in UCAS Track. So the way that you can do this is by adding a clearing choice using the clearing choice button from the 6th of July by inputting your institution and course code into UCAS Track. The university that you've applied for will provide these codes for you so you can input them correctly. You'll then need to check back on your track to make sure that the university accepts you. So a reason that they may not accept you is you didn't have that initial conversation, so you didn't call or go through an online application process to receive a clearing offer. If this happens, what will happen is your add a clearing choice button will reappear so that you can have these conversations with the universities and re-input another choice. Remember, there'll be opportunities for you to attend virtual events throughout the clearing process to learn more about your university of choice and your course, or to help you make a decision. So for example, here at Bournemouth University, we'll be running events throughout August to help you with this. Remember that clearing is a fantastic opportunity for some to find the right course for them. Keep an open mind to courses and universities that you may not have considered before, and make sure you're using all the tools available to you to research your options thoroughly. So that will include using Clearing Plus and attending open day and clearing events, as I just mentioned. I'm just going to play a video now that has some insights from some of our current students who joined us through clearing here at BU, so they can talk to you about their experience of clearing.
My experience of clearing was terrifying. I had no idea what to expect.
I woke up at about 8 o'clock that morning, as any A-level student does, just anxious, wanting to know. Saw early that I hadn't gotten in, was devastated.
I shed tears and tears and tears, didn't get into my firm.
I didn't get the exam results I wanted to, so then I looked up in the Witch Guide and I saw that Bournemouth University was at the very top of it.
I'd sort of given up. I didn't believe there was going to be a space in clearing, but my girlfriend searched for one. And I called up Bournemouth.
We discussed the academic work, and he said that I'd be hearing from admissions.
They looked at my grades and they told me that's fine. I got an email probably an hour on later and I was ready for September.
If you're stressing about clearing, I wouldn't, there's no point stressing about it.
It does happen to so many more people than you think, and by the time you get here, no one cares anyway. You're just in uni and that's it.
Probably the best part about it was that I could quit the job that I was in because I didn't want to pursue that career. The one thing I wanted to do is physiotherapy.
Some people use it as an option B, but this may as well have been my option A, and I'm glad it was.
Bournemouth has been the most amazing place to spend this time, and a little bit of sea, a little bit of sunshine, everything seems a bit easier, and I know I've not looked back because it is the best career choice for me.
So for the last part of this presentation, I just want to talk about a few things you should be aware of if you're considering applying to BU specifically through clearing. So we have lots of accommodation options here at BU, including on and off campus, halls of residence, BU managed housing, including specific options for couples, families, and those with additional needs. The availability of all of these different types of accommodation will vary during clearing, but it's really important to note that we do have an accommodation guarantee. I would really suggest listening to our accommodation talk today to get more information about the options available to you and the accommodation guarantee, but those terms and conditions for that guarantee will also be available on our web pages soon, so do have a look at that. Please note that parking for students on campus and halls of residence is quite limited here at BU, which is something worth considering. However, our accommodation options provide you with excellent transport links to both of our campuses. Finally, I just wanted to talk you through a few next steps related to funding and starting at university. So I'll briefly touch on what to do about your student finance application, other funding options available to you, and just note with arrivals, it's really important once you've accepted your clearing place to check your term dates and your induction schedule. So most universities will have an induction schedule. You can see on the slide here our kind of induction or page for new students here at BU that you can have a look at if it's of interest. So university funding, there's kind of two options here. So if you have already applied for student finance for a different university when you were thinking about a different firm offer, and now you've applied through clearing and you have a different university that you're going to enrol at, that's absolutely fine. All you need to do is log into your existing application and change your institution. There's no need to create a new application, and then you'll receive your funding shortly after you enrol at that university that you've updated to show with your student finance. If you haven't applied for student finance yet, you will need to go to the Student Finance England website, and there they will walk you through the application process where you can apply for a maintenance loan to help towards the cost of your living at university, and also a tuition fee loan to pay your university fees. So I'm just going to talk through some extra areas of funding that might be available to you. So most universities will have some sort of bursary or scholarship offer. I'm just going to use Bournemouth University here as an example of what we particularly offer. It's really important that you research this and make sure that if there are bursaries and scholarships available that you're not missing out, and make sure you're applying for them. Some scholarships and bursaries may be automatically applied, and some may require an application form. You'll need to check the terms and conditions on the website for each individual scholarship or bursary, just to make sure that you're aware of which applies. So just to run very quickly through some examples of what we offer here at Bournemouth University, we have our BE Maintenance Bursary, which is awarded based on household income. That's one of our automatically applied bursaries of up to £2,400. Also, if you're a care experienced student, you may also be eligible for a care leavers bursary of up to £9,000 over 3 years. We also have scholarships. So an example is our Academic Excellence Scholarship is automatically awarded to our students who achieve 3 A's at A-level or 3 distinctions at BTEC or equivalent qualification awards. We also have scholarships in sports and music, which you will need to apply for. So please, make sure that you have checked whether you're eligible for these extra funding streams, and do apply for them so that you don't miss out. Further details on all of our packages here at BU and the terms and conditions can be seen on our website. So that's it from me. Thank you very much for listening. I hope that I've answered some of the questions that you may have had about using clearing to secure a university place, and specifically how to contact us here at Bournemouth University if you are considering applying to us through clearing. You can see our number for clearing here on the screen, which will be live from the 6th of July when clearing opens. But if you do have any further questions in the meantime, please feel free to chat to our team on the Open Day today through UniBuddy, or contact our Future Students team by web chat, phone or email. And thank you very much for listening.